Thanks for joining us again as we continue our study with James Luce and the Men's Ministry at Glenville Church. Feel free to join us as well on Sunday mornings at 9:30 a.m. We'd love to have you. If you'd like to check out some other teachings here on the YouTube channel for Glenville Teachings, we have Brenda Lane, Bruce Thomas, and several other teachers. So look for some new teachings coming your way and subscribe to our channel. May the Lord bless you and keep you as you continue to grow in His grace.
So we're going to be in Romans, and we're going to be Romans, we're going to be Romans 31.
I'm not sure. I don't think there's 31 chapters.
I'm sorry, 9, verse 31. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for covering me. 9:31. Sorry. Actually, I lied. It's 8:31 that we're going to be in. Yeah, you see how well I'm doing already. All right. It's a good morning. So what we do is we go ahead and basically we kind of round robin read, and then we come back and cover things. So you just happen to sit in the hot seat, so that's good.
All right.
So you can start there at Romans 8:31 and read down to the end of 34.
Okay. What can we say about such wonderful things as these? If God is for us, who can ever be against us? Since God did not spare even His own Son, but gave him up for us all, won't God, who gave us Christ, also give us everything else? Who dares accuse us whom God has chosen for His own? Will God? No. He is the one who has given us right standing with Himself. Who then will condemn us? Will Christ Jesus? No. For He is the one who died for us and was raised to live for us and is sitting at the place of highest honor next to God, pleading for us.
Wow. Okay, that's good stuff. So, lots of good cross-reference, which is great because every week I've mentioned this while we've been in Romans. I hate doing direct cross-references to the author who wrote the book. So Paul wrote this book, and this is like Romans is the Cliff Note versions of salvation and everything about salvation. And in this book, he kind of quotes himself saying things in other letters that he wrote. He establishes main ideas in other letters that he's already wrote, and he uses those as reference in this one. And it's like, I hate that because you don't have Old Testament or other people talking about it. So this portion has a lot of great cross-reference. So, and Kurt doesn't like cross-reference as much as I do. I like to bounce around cross-reference. But this one is great because it's all about who's God? Who's God been to us for so long? So let's go over to Psalm 118, and we'll start at 1. Start reading at 118:1.
Oh, give thanks to the Lord, for He is good, for His steadfast love endures forever. Let Israel say, His steadfast love endures forever. Let the house of Aaron say, His steadfast love endures forever. Let those who fear the Lord say, His steadfast love endures forever. Out of my distress I called on the Lord. The Lord answered me and set me free. The Lord is on my side, I will not fear. What can man do to me? The Lord is on my side as my helper. I shall look in triumph on those who hate me. It is better to take refuge in the Lord than to trust in man. It is better to take refuge in the Lord than to trust in princes. All nations surrounded me. In the name of the Lord I cut them off. They surrounded me on every side. In the name of the Lord I cut them off. They surrounded me like bees. They went out like a fire among thorns. In the name of the Lord I cut them off. I was pushed hard so that I was falling, but the Lord helped me. The Lord is my strength and my song. He has become my salvation. Glad songs of salvation are in the tents of the righteous. The right hand of the Lord does valiantly. The right hand of the Lord exalts. The right hand of the Lord does valiantly.
Okay, we can go ahead and stop there. I just let you go a little bit longer because it's just, if you turn this into like a metal song after a huge battle, I mean, think about what this song is. This is him stepping up and saying, "This is who my God is. He's taking everything out. You know, God's gonna love me. Who can fight against me?" And I love it because there's so many of these in the Old Testament, and people forget. If you're talking about it as a practical sense of a man of God who needs uplifting, let's sing a praise song that's really a praise song. God's love endures forever. We wiped out those bad guys. I mean, that's what the song is. You know, a true victory chant, right?
I thought he was going to go with another word there for a minute.
Possible. It's possible. All right. So, Jeremiah 1. And we're going to go to, yeah. Let's see. 1. Let's see. 1:14. Go ahead and read there, Anthony. And I love this one because the last one was just a song somebody wrote to try to cover, you know, how good God is. We're getting the word from his mouth. So at 1:14.
Then the Lord said to me, out of the north disaster shall be let loose upon all the inhabitants of the land. For behold, I am calling all the tribes of the kingdoms of the north, declares the Lord. And they shall come, and every one shall set his throne at the entrance of the gates of Jerusalem, against all its walls all around, and against all the cities of Judah. And I will declare my judgments against them for all their evil in forsaking me. They have made offerings to other gods, and worshipped the works of their own hands. But you, dress yourself for work. Arise, and say to them everything that I command you. Do not be dismayed by them, lest I dismay you before them. And I, behold, I make you this day a fortified city, an iron pillar, and bronze walls, against the whole land, against the kings of Judah, its officials, its priests, and the people of the land. They will fight against you, but they shall not prevail against you, for I am with you, declares the Lord, to deliver you.
Rock and roll. That's the way it should be. You know, I'm God. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to show up. You're going to step up like a man. You're going to make sure this gets done right. And you're going to prevail because I'm going to turn you into this. That's a pretty good day when you hear God say that to you directly. I've never heard that. I know it. I know it's true. Theologically and in my heart, I know I'm going to prevail over this in time. Sometimes I don't feel that way. Sometimes I feel like I'm going to fall apart and fail just like other people have. But this guy got to hear it straight from God. That's a pretty good day. You know, knit that on a pillow. You know, and put it next to you. That's the kind of thing, yeah.
It's interesting. God says he's going to make him a fortified city with iron pillars and bronze walls. Like back in the day when they were like building out of wood and stone.
Yeah, we're going to make you what you really want. And I like how
here's some metal for you. Their swords are made of iron. I'll go ahead and make your walls out of that.
Yeah, and you know, man's man stuff that I love. This is one of those man's man things. Therefore, prepare yourself and arise and speak to them all that I command you. Do not be dismayed before their faces, lest I dismay you before them. Get up and be a man, or I'm going to make you understand what it is to be a man. I'm going to take care of you, right? I mean, for people who say, that's not a good way to teach your children. You get up and do what you're supposed to do, or I'm going to make you wish you got up and do it. God himself just did that to this man. Okay? It's a good way. God just showed us it's a good way. Okay? All right, so let's go over to Psalm 56. I wasn't kidding. We might make it through one today because there's so many good crossovers from just why you should believe. So Psalm 56 and yeah, Justin might be mad at me today because I'm taking all his psalms because he does the whole psalm thing and they're so good. Yes, read there at 1, Owen. Psalm 56, 1. We're basically going to read all of Psalm 56.
That's
yeah.
Cool. O God, have mercy on me. The enemy troops press in on me. My foes attack me all day long. My slanderers hound me constantly, and many are boldly attacking me. But when I am afraid, I put my trust in you. O God, I praise your word. I trust in God, so why should I be afraid? What can mere mortals do to me? They are always twisting what I say. They spend their days plotting ways to harm me. They come together to spy on me, watching my every step, eager to kill me. Don't let them get away with their wickedness. In your anger, O God, throw them to the ground. You keep track of all my sorrows. You have collected all my tears in your bottle. You have recorded each one in your book. On the very day I call to you for help, my enemies will retreat. This I know, God is on my side. O God, I praise your word. Yes, Lord, I praise your word. I trust in God, so why should I be afraid? What can mere mortals do to me? I will fulfill my vows to you, O God, and offer a sacrifice of thanks for your help. For you have rescued me from death. You have kept my feet from slipping. So now I can walk in your presence, O God, in your life-giving light.
Isn't that amazing? The best part about this one is this is a song that David wrote when he was captured by the giants of Philistine. The other giants, the giants of Gath. I'm going to write a song. I just love that, right? You know, warrior poet. That's truly who David was. It's one of the reasons, like, he's one of the coolest. I wish Ricky was here, because Rick always makes fun of it. He hates David, because, man, they were God's own heart, but then he did this and this and this and this. This is why he's a man after God's heart. I just got captured. It's all good. I'm going to write a song.
I'm going to have a pen.
Yeah. Because my God is going to show up, and he's going to own you guys. He's going to let me own you guys.
Can you imagine just writing this song out and starting to sing it about how God's going to come in and own them? This guy's, we chained him, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, and you got to think, too, that these Philistines that had captured him, some of them had to be the Philistines that saw him as a 14, 17-year-old run out and take out Goliath. You know, so if he does start singing this song just there right in front of him, you know, it's like, when you see a movie where there's some warrior guy kind of just killed somebody and then he kind of sits in the corner and does the, I'm going to kill you guys later. You know, you're terrified. Pitch Black is a perfect example. Vin Diesel in the movie Pitch Black, how he just kind of owns the, I'm so awesome, everyone's just afraid of me, but you're shackled. Yeah. You're still afraid of me. You're still afraid of me. You're afraid of what my God can do here. All right, so let's go over to. I just love all the examples that we get for this one. 1 John 4. Kurt, let's go over there. Today's going to be nothing but a day.
All right.
Yeah, and just read there. Wait, let's see. John 4. I think it should be right at the beginning.
1 John.
1 John 4. Yeah, you gotta get the address right for me, because you know you guys have watched how I've done today. Yeah, 4 through 1 through end of 6.
All right. Beloved, do not believe every spirit, but test the spirits to see whether they are from God. For many false prophets have gone out into the world. By this you know the Spirit of God. Every spirit that confesses that Jesus Christ has come in the flesh is from God, and every spirit that does not confess Jesus is not from God. This is the spirit of the Antichrist, which you have heard was coming, and now is in the world already. Little children, you are from God and have overcome them, for he who is in you is greater than he who is in the world. They are from the world, therefore they speak from the world, and the world listens to them. We are from God. Whoever knows God listens to us. Whoever is not from God does not listen to us. By this we know the spirit of truth and the spirit of error.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about God being in us, and then what that means to what's going on around us as well. Because I've really enjoyed trying to get a better concept from the stories of whenever the veil is pulled back and you see that there's a battle going on around you to protect you, right? The concept that there's a battle going on for us right now, but we can't see it. And that the servants of God take joy in that battle against the servants of evil that are also battling for us right now, right? You know, the ultimate pep rallies, those ultimate cool moments. We can be reveling and experiencing them all the time. You know, when something really tempting hits us, or when we've done something and we know, you know, we're right on that edge of really messing up, there's an army battling for us right there. And you're like, go guys, let's go. You know, I'm there with you too because of this. You are of God, little children, and have overcome them, because he who is in the world and you is greater than he who is in the world. So there's that whole next step. You know, the angels and the demons battle over everyone. Try to help everyone. But we got the extra. We got that next, you got nothing on me. You've already lost. But we lose to that all the time. I do. Wow, she's hot. I do all the time, right? Why did I just do that? What is wrong with me? And my wife will be like, what is wrong with you? You know, it's the flesh that I've won over, because this is the truth. And I need to be reminded that this is the truth constantly. And it helps me as a guy to think of however many. Just if there's one angel fighting against 10 demons right now for me. Dude, thank you for fighting for me. God, thank you for sending somebody to fight for me. Thank you for giving me your spirit to help me fight, so this dude doesn't have to fight as hard. There's a whole camaraderie extra thing there that I don't want to focus too much on, because then you get too much into focusing on angels and demons, which you don't want to do. But there's a whole side of it there that go, let me make my friend's job easier. The guy who's helping me right now, job easier. Why wouldn't I do that? Why would I be the guy that's like, oh, you know, I'll be fine if I walk in this strip club. You know, and there's those guys, you know. I'd be fine if I go and be around my friends that all just got out of jail too, you know. And the number of times that people that we work with in the prison ministry, they just go right back to their old neighborhood and start hanging out with their old friends. And confronting them like this, seriously? You think you can do that and you're going to be fine? And he's like, I got this. I'll pray for you, and I hope you're right.
My hometown is a vortex of, like, losers. And you know, it's like, if you haven't escaped yet, then you're, like, the problem. And people who come back to visit, you know, for Thanksgiving or whatever, you know, it's like these people are here just, like, waiting to try and ruin your life again. And it's like, you know, it's like, I have to tell all types of, you know, and I have to, like, avoid going out and, you know, stay away from Walmart.
Stay away from Walmart.
You're just gonna run into these people everywhere, and it's like the worst influence people ever. And it's, you know, it's like drug addicts, been in jail, been thieving, been this and that, and you know, it's like cats I used to run with back in the day, and you know, it's like they're everywhere. It's like, hey, come hang out with us. I'm like, no. See ya.
Good Joseph strategy.
I'm gonna get my Equate brand ibuprofen and get on out of here. And it's really weird. It's a small town. If you go anywhere, it's really difficult to avoid these people that just try and suck you back in. And you know, you can't be sucked back in.
Yeah.
They're not going to be doing anything good. It's all going to be bad. It always is. And there's still people that go back home. It's like, you know, I want to hook up with so and so, and you know, see how such and such is doing. And it's like, that's a bad idea. You shouldn't
Really
do that.
bad idea.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that. I mean, you know, you can love this person from a distance and hope for the best, but you know, you shouldn't go like to the house party tonight. You know, it's going to be bad. No.
Yeah. I am actually kind of glad that I'm so far away from my hometown and all the people I graduated with, because I was quite a different person then, and I know from Facebook who's still available. That's the drug dealers. Who's still available? That's the really easy girls. I mean, yeah, I don't have that problem here. I have created a nice, safe place for myself for the most part, and try to stay in that safe place as much as I can. You know, Owen lives 10 feet away from where he graduated, so he's right in the mix of it. He's right in the middle of it. But you still hang out pretty much with Brett, right?
Yeah.
I mean, when you get a chance.
Yep. Yep.
So, creating good, safe friends where you are going to stay is a good thing. So, yeah.
Yeah, because you see that all the time. You just see it from all the kids that you used to go to school with. So,
Yeah.
whether or not you're around them or not, you see it somewhere and somehow and hear it someplace.
Why are you doing that?
Yeah.
Grow up. Somebody else just recently told me, I just realized that people don't grow up. That they're the same people that they've always been. And I'm like, for the most part, that is incredibly true. We're still those people. Especially if you get back with people that you haven't seen in forever. Because it's like, what are those movies? All the movies that point that out. It's like, woo, let's go streaking. It's true. I want to go back and live in the days that I used to live in for just a day. It doesn't work out so well usually. So, all right, let's go back over to Jeremiah. Jeremiah is a good one for these. And I think we're at Antonio now. Are we at Antonio or was it Kurt? Did you just read?
I think I just read.
Okay. And we're going to be at 7 through 18. So Jeremiah 21, 7 through 18.
(21:7 through 18).
Mm-hmm.
Afterward, declares the Lord, I will give Zedekiah king of Judah and his servants.
Sorry, I lied. Totally lied. 27 through 18. I had it sitting right here.
That makes more sense.
I looked up and read the thing at 21, and I'm like, oh, I got it on the page. Okay, go ahead.
O Lord, you have deceived me, and I was deceived. You are stronger than I, and you have prevailed. I have become a laughingstock all the day. Everyone mocks me. For whenever I speak, I cry out, I shout, violence and destruction. For the word of the Lord has become for me a reproach and a derision all day long. If I say, I will not mention him, or speak any more in his name, there is in my heart as it were a burning fire shut up in my bones. And I am weary with holding it in, and I cannot. For I hear many whispering, terrors on every side. Denounce him, let us denounce him, say all my close friends, watching for my fall. Perhaps he will be deceived. Then we can overcome him and take our revenge on him.
Okay, well, let's stop right there. What's funny is we're talking about a time when there was a lot more killing and swords and death and all that other stuff. But this is life application for right now, too. You know? Just hanging out. I know some people who are not that good of a friend that are just, yeah, he'll mess up tomorrow. Actually. So now that we've heard how this is all set up, we're going to hear the response about how God is cool. So, go ahead there, Tony. Antonio.
Verse 11. But the Lord is with me as a dread warrior.
And mine says, as a mighty awesome one. I love it.
Therefore my persecutors will stumble. They will not overcome me. They will be greatly shamed, for they will not succeed. Their eternal dishonor will never be forgotten. O Lord of hosts, who tests the righteous, who sees the heart and the mind, let me see your vengeance upon them, for to you I have committed my cause. Sing to the Lord, praise the Lord, for he has delivered the life of the needy from the hand of the evildoers. Cursed be the day in which I was born. The day when my mother bore me, let it not be blessed. Cursed be the man who brought the news to my father. A son is born to you, making him very glad. Let that man be like the cities that the Lord overthrew without pity. Let him hear a cry in the morning and an alarm at noon, because he did not kill me in the womb.
Wow.
So my mother would have been my grave, and her womb my forever grave. Why did I come out from the womb to see toil and sorrow, and spend my days in shame?
Okay, so there's two pieces around the outside of this that have nothing to do with the other one that's in the middle, that's the upbeat. And I'm going to explain the third portion of this, because anybody who'd be reading this at home would probably read the whole thing and then be like, well, where'd we just go there? So the middle part is awesome, because it's all awesome, but the middle part is really awesome because it's like, God, my dread warrior, take out my enemies, you know? Okay, modern day Christians. A lot of modern day Christians don't think like this. Love, 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 baby. God is love, baby. It points out that God sees the heart and the mind of the enemies, right? So you're not really asking for God to take out that guy over there who might one day turn to you and righteously believe. That's not what you're saying. You're saying, God, take out the bad people. The people that you know are bad. Those people who want to do me harm because they're bad. Right? We can ask for that. It's not Jesus wouldn't want you to ask for that. No. God knows who the bad people are. He knows that they're always going to be bad people. He wants all of them not to be bad people, but he also knows, you know what? He's going to be a bad person. He doesn't make him be a bad person. That person has a choice to be a bad person. And as a person who has a choice to be a bad person, I have a right to ask God to take out that bad person. That's what we've just read. Right? And then you have Jeremiah, who's had a really bad time being a prophet of God, moaning about how bad he's had it down here, which is what this is I've had a really bad life, and this prophecy stuff and seeing things that are horrible and kind of being a little crazy and everybody knowing I'm a little crazy because I'm crazy for God, and I see things that other people don't see and know things that other people don't know about how horrible it really is. Cursed the day I was born. I feel sorry for the poor guy who told somebody else, because he's actually cursed that guy. Oh, man. Because there's actually a whole lesson that you can do on the levels of cursing, of places in the Bible where you ask God to take care of something and be bad to somebody. That's not a good thing to ask. But if it's in the Lord's will, that's a horrible thing to do to somebody. Mm-hmm. You know what? You pray for patience for somebody. That's a good positive thing. That usually means their car's going to break down, they're going to lose their job, their house is going to burn down and something else, because they're going to become patient from that. Mm-hmm. This is you asking somebody, curse that guy, do horrible things to him. Don't do that unless there's a really good reason. And he just kind of randomly, I hope you curse that person. I hate the day that they were born. I wish I was gone. That I was born. Okay, so let's go to, man, there's so many of these. There's so many good ones. Let's go to Isaiah 50. And who is it? Is it Don? Okay. Well, Isaiah 50, and we're going to do just 7 through 9. We'll keep it short for this one.
Okay. 50, you said 7 through 9?
Yep.
Okay. Because the sovereign Lord helps me, I will not be dismayed. Therefore I have set my face like a stone, determined to do his will, and I know that I will triumph. He who gives me justice is near. Who will dare to oppose me now? Where are my enemies? Let them appear. See, the sovereign Lord is on my side. Who will declare me guilty? All my enemies will be destroyed like old clothes that have been eaten by moths.
All right.
Okay.
So we've had a whole lesson previously, a whole group of lessons previously talking about men's classes and women's classes and mixed classes, and the difference between modern church and church that a man should step up and be what a man's supposed to be in a church, right? And one of those concepts that we covered was men think differently from women. And we think a lot differently from women. We have different priorities, we have different things that we think about. But we also kind of step back from our role to lead in the church a lot of times. And one of the things that we get caught up in with the church is, why do we have fake plants on the wall? What guy anytime has gone, you know what we really need in here? We need some fake plants on the wall, right? How much money did we spend to put plants and pictures and things on the wall? How much of that could have gone to ministry somewhere else? But that is a ministry to a woman's heart, right? To make things feel homey and safe. So it is a ministry. It's just not the man's direction ministry. So there is a line that you should be as a man to help try to cut that ministry, right? So you go into a children's area, and if women have mostly dominated taking care of that area, you'll see Jesus carrying a sheep, sweet, beautiful picture stuff, right? And we're teaching our children that that's all God is, because it's gone down that path of soft, nice, because that's a very soft woman nurturing kind of thing. Where are our posters all over our walls in our children's buildings that say things like this, right? So the Lord will help me, therefore I will not be easy. Therefore I will set my face like a stone, right? That's what group of boys would not read that and go, God's going to make you strong like a stone, and you're not going to be ashamed because he's with you, and he's going to take out everybody that comes to try to face you, right? We don't do that. We say things like, Jesus loved the little children and asked them to come to him, right? It's just a difference of way to think. And it's part of our gig to let our children know, especially our boys, God's powerful. He's more powerful than anything. He's strong, and he wants you to be strong. He wants you to stand up for what God believes in.
I remember from my childhood at church, which was brief. The only things I really remember are the Old Testament stories that every child hears, like David and Goliath.
Right.
David and Goliath is the only story I recall from my childhood where war was a thing, where battles were happening.
Yeah.
And you know what surprised me when I came to the Lord and started reading my Bible and started paying attention to that stuff, and I figured I figured I know the David and Goliath thing, so I didn't really read it very much when I was when early on. So I only noticed this a few years ago when I started studying it. There's this awesome part of that story that you never hear in Sunday school. So David slings a rock. He slings the rock and hits Goliath in the head, and he stumbles backwards and he falls. The next part you never hear. David runs up, takes Goliath's sword, and chops his head off.
Right. Right.
The stone didn't kill him. It knocked him down. It might have even knocked him unconscious. David, the child, runs up and steals a sword from a giant and chops his head off.
Yeah.
And I believe he brings it back.
Yeah.
You don't hear that in Sunday school. That's
You actually don't even hear that he ran out to sling him. It actually points out that the Philistine was still making boasts, and David ran to him. Can you just see this kid?
Yeah.
Whack! That's an awesome story. Mm-hmm. And that's just one of the little stories, and we leave so much out of that. Oh, we don't want to talk about how he chopped the guy's head off. Yes, we really do. Why? Because it's in the Bible. And it'll make some boy go, this is how much he loved and believed the Lord. I'm this little kid, and I'm going to take this guy on. Yeah. We got to get out to play music and run the thing. It was awesome having
Thanks for joining us again as we continue our study with James Luce and the men's ministry at Glenville Church. Feel free to join us as well on Sunday mornings at 9:30 a.m. We'd love to have you. If you'd like to check out some other teachings here on the YouTube channel for Glenville Teachings, we have Brenda Lane, Bruce Thomas, and several other teachers. So look for some new teachings coming your way and subscribe to our channel. May the Lord bless you and keep you as you continue to grow in His grace.